the final two are moving in. They're almost set.
All in, ready to go here.
Stripe sleeves of purple and white pushed up to take a handy position into the turn, with Mr. Hampstead around the running rail in a violet jacket, Highbury in the maroon and blue up between horses, and Papano, the white sleeves, going handy but caught fairly wide. See the green and white jacket, white cap drops into 5th place, racing around the inner of Meydan. And then Lavender Hill Mob in a striped sleeve jacket, slightly worse than midfield, with Luna Sovereign towards his inner in the yellow and black spots. Birdman, red and yellow, racing out a little wider. The Equator in the blue and orange is last but one. Amina Rashid hasn't quite gone the early gallop in the green hood and is bustled along through the first half mile at the back of the field. They're freewheeling on down the hill at this point. Illinois racing wide of Mr. Hampstead. They're the leading pair. Tracked by Highbury, who's shading third over Papano, the dark blue and white. Couple of lengths away, See the Green then racing on the inside of Meydan. Birdman is wide of a line of 3 that has Luna Sovereign in a spotted jacket against the running rail, and Lavender Hill Mob keen between horses. Yellow and black stripes on the sleeves for Callum Shepherd. The Equator and Mina Rashid remain the final pair. They begin to bear right-handed at Swindley Bottom. They're entering the last mile of the Queen's Vase. And Mr. Hampstead and Illinois take them on towards halfway. Over Highbury and Papano sitting 3rd and 4th. 2 lengths away to See the Green racing on the inside of Meydan. Then Luna Sovereign right around the inner going through halfway. Birdman is still wide of Lavender Hill Mob, the Equator, and in the green hood Mina Rashid, the final pair as they head towards the final 3/4 of a mile. About to begin the climb for home. Mr. Hampstead against the running rail by a half length to Illinois. Moore sitting quietly in second. Highbury, Wayne Lorden, the blue sleeves in 3rd. Then Papano over Meydan. With on the inside See the Green being bustled along. Birdman inching a bit closer wide of Lavender Hill Mob. Luna Sovereign has been shuffled back through the pack. The Equator in the blue and orange being asked for more. And Mina Rashid is also being chased along as they come inside the last half mile and begin the swing for home in the Queen's Vase. Mr. Hampstead and Illinois still the leading pair. Highbury snapping at their heels. Then Papano. Meydan in a yellow jacket is close up in 5th. Birdman, the red sleeves, is still inching closer. Into the straight they come, and now Illinois comes to attack Mr. Hampstead. Highbury moves out after the leading duo. Meydan, yellow jacket, is pulled out. Then Birdman, Papano running on from the rear on the right, the Equator. Illinois, though, 2 lengths clear with a furlong and a half to go. Moore driving away. Highbury giving chase. Birdman out wide, staying on with Meydan. Inside the furlong they come. Illinois. Highbury is still chasing his stablemate. Birdman is closing. Illinois wandering off a true line. Moore at full bore, and it's Illinois who wins the Queen's Vase, and it's a 1-2 for Aidan O'Brien. Highbury chases his stablemate in. Birdman in 3rd, then Meydan and the Equator.
Well, Illinois wins the Queen's Vase, but he's made his supporters sweat if you're on the 7-4 favourite, because Freddie, I think he was after going to the stable exit at one point.
He had a good point at that, a good look at that exit anyways, that is for sure. What a big, powerful striding horse. And Ryan made sure there was no prisoners taken whatsoever. You always had him handy the whole way around here, and he stayed so well. And to be fair to him, he did let himself down on this ground.
Yeah, as Aidan suggested, you know, this lad is a half-brother to Danedrop, who was effective on a very quick surface, and you know, until that slight little wobble there, he looked like he was going to do that really well, Jamie.
Yeah, I mean, the class is there for all to see, but there are still some issues with the steering, and it was evident here. He did hang left, quite markedly so, but Ryan said, "You do not do that to me today," because this horse owed him one. Think back to the Criterium de Saint Cloud last year. He got off Los Angeles to ride this horse, and Los Angeles won, and he must have thought that history might have been repeating when Highbury started to bear down and he hung left. But there's a man who is now equals Sir Henry Cecil's record in this race with 8 wins, and 6 of them have been generated by Galileo.
Oh, wonderful, isn't it? And he's had the 1-2, and another Galileo in second in Highbury there at 3-1. Birdman, he put up a pretty good fight. He's run well in 3rd.
He ran really well because, as Jim said, this was a totally different test for him, and he has gone down on his sword. I was thinking about Aidan's previous winners. Kew Gardens and Leading Light both won the St Ledger. Are we looking at a St Ledger contender here, Jim?
Well, the test of a Ledger will suit him. I mean, Doncaster is even more galloping track than this.
I mean, he's as lazy as sin in front, isn't he? I mean, he's wandered around. Look at the size of him. Old-fashioned phrase, he needed mucking out, didn't he? Just wasn't concentrating. But I quite like the way he quickened off the bend and showed a little bit, and that gave him the momentum for Ryan to go and work in the closing stages.
Yeah, and I suppose he's still a little bit inexperienced because that was only the second time ever he's hit the front on the track. So therefore, you know, there's plenty more left in the locker.
Yeah, there is. Nice performance. Let's go to Hayley.
Thank you very much, team. Yeah, Aidan O'Brien's just here shaking everyone's hand. Aidan, well done. It's your 8th win in the race. You must have been thrilled with that performance.
Yeah, no, delighted, Hayley, absolutely. Yeah, big, strong, powerful galloping horse. Ryan, well, like fair juice to Ryan. There wasn't much between them, we thought, and he picked him. Yeah, Karum rides him out every day, and all the lads are in charge of him to do a great job. Andrew, Edmund, Derek, Ed, Donald. So, no, delighted, really.
He's a real thorough stayer, isn't he?
He is, yeah. I think Wayne rode him a lot of his work, and I think Rachel rode him his work as well. So everyone thought he stayed. Ryan rode him in Leopardstown, I think, in the Derby trial, and we were a little bit disappointed, but he put it down to maybe the soft ground. And,
you're quite right.
So he thought he would stay, and Ryan was fairly confident that he would handle the ground. So no, delighted. He gave him a very straightforward, confident ride. That he rode him like he thought there's no doubt he'd stay, didn't he? You know, and obviously he idles a little bit in front. So yeah, he did it in Lingfield as well, and did the same here. So he's obviously, there's more to come from, I'd say.
More to come from Highbury as well. He's still quite lightly raced.
Yeah, he's only a baby, and he got the trip. We didn't know what was going to happen, but he got the trip well, and he'd have learnt a lot today. Like, he's only had the 2 runs, and like, he was finishing well as well. Wayne gave him a lovely ride, taught him a lot, and obviously looks like a horse that, they look like obviously Ledger type horses, don't they? Really?
Yeah. You've done well winning this race in the past, and those horses like Kew Gardens have gone on. Will that probably be where you're working back?
I think so. That's probably what the lads will do. That's what they usually do, Hayley.
Well done.
Thanks.